Hey everybody, what is going on? Brian Garrett with Loan Depot here in Bend, Oregon. And I hope you're all prepared to have an amazing long weekend if you get a long weekend. If not, that's cool too. It's beautiful weather out, so you can't be upset with that. I just wanted to relay a fun story from this morning, and it kind of centers around what makes me different. I mean, other than, being a carny, small hands, smell like cabbage, that sort of thing. But no, I was doing a loan consultant this morning with some folks, some new clients, and that question popped up. And if you're in sales, you're probably familiar with the question, but it was, well, Brian, we heard that our bank might have lower rates. Do you recommend that we price shop? And super common question for us, right? People that want to shop you. And I said, you know what? That's a wonderful question. Here we go. Why don't we do this? Call your bank right now. I'll stay on the other line with you. And see if they can give you a quote over the phone. Just talk it out with them and see what they can do. And they kind of chuckled and they said, well, I mean, it's a holiday weekend, so we're not going to get anybody at the bank. We can't talk to our loan officer. And I said, weird. Okay. So that's kind of what makes me different, right? Because I did 3 loan consultations today, 3 different clients. Last night, I sent out a pre-approval letter at 9:30, and I'm available this weekend. Right now, actually, I'm driving to my office to print out some flyers for a realtor partner of mine who's going to start farming a neighborhood, and so we're collaborating on something. And I tell this story to kind of, I don't know, help people reframe their mindset when it comes to the whole loan thing. So as a mortgage lender, yes, rates are important, right? And for a lot of folks out there, rates are really important. And we are super competitive on our rates. So sure, go out, shop me. I'd love to give you a comparison. Here's the thing though, I don't sell myself on those rates. That's not where I'm making my business. My business is on my customer experience, my customer relationships, my relationships with their real estate professionals. So I used to be a realtor, for those of you who don't know that. And one thing that I remember from my time in the trenches there was how frustrating it was when the market is super competitive, right? So just like right now, where there might be 4 or 5 offers on a home, heck, there might be 10 offers on a home, and you're trying to put your best foot forward. So you're trying to have the strongest offer you can for your client and put that forth on the first try. And the difference there is let's say there are 4 other offers on the table. They all came in with pre-approval letters, right? And now you're out there, either, you're a realtor with your client, or you're a client, you and your realtor are out looking at homes, on a holiday weekend, let's say, or just in the evening, whatever. And you want to submit that offer, but you can't get a hold of your lender, right? Because it's after hours, or it's the weekend, or it's a holiday. So what does that do for your offer compared to the other 3 or 4 that are on the table already? And I'll tell you what it does. On the listing side, if you're the listing agent, you're sitting down with your sellers and you say, Mr. Seller, we have 4 offers in. Great news. We've got 4 really strong offers. They're all at or above the sale price. Nobody's asking for seller credit. These are great offers. The one outlier is this one over here doesn't have the financing attached to it. So it doesn't have a pre-approval letter. It does say that they'll get us one in the next 3 days, though. Is that good enough for you, Mr. Mrs. Seller, Mr. Mrs., whatever the configuration? Is that good enough for you? Would you like to go with this offer? Or do you want to entertain one of the other 3 or 4 that are a complete package already, right? So that's the scenario, and that's what I tell people is the difference is the accessibility, the communication, and that sense of urgency. And because I was in those shoes as a realtor, I know how impactful that is and how important it is to the clients and to the sellers to have that package all ready to go, to have the pre-approval, to have the lender that's available for phone calls. So if that listing agent has a question, so let's say it's an offer with some weird numbers or weird scenario, or maybe it's a program type they've never heard of, like the Oregon Bond program. I just got a call on one of those the other day. Hey, Mr. Lender, Brian, I saw that your client is using the Oregon Bond program. I've never dealt with that. Can you walk me through it? Right? So having a lender that's available to take those calls, that's available to answer those questions, whether it's 7 o'clock at night, weekend, holiday, in my opinion, that's what's going to make the difference. Because sure, if you get a rate that's an eighth of a point lower and you're saving an extra $20 a month, yeah, that $20 that adds up, but guess what? I can almost guarantee you that if you ask that same mortgage lender, hey, can you match this rate or can you beat this rate? They're probably going to be able to. I know we can, right? So if that's the deciding factor, I'm going to knock people out of the park, because I know the fact that I'm connecting with my clients and their realtors on the weekends, in the evenings, on holidays, you guys, that's the peace of mind piece, right? And that's what makes me different. That's what I bring to the table. So that was just a story I wanted to share today, Friday, 3rd of July, as everyone else is getting ready for their barbecues and stuff. I'm out there slinging loans. I'm going to go make some flyers right now. But if you have any questions or need any help, I'm available this weekend. Hit me up. Shoot me a text. 541-914-2567. And I'll be there for you. All right? Well, you guys have a lovely weekend. Thanks for listening to me. Get out there and enjoy some barbecue, some brisket, whatever you're into. All right. Brian Garrett, Loan Depot, Bend, Oregon. We'll talk to you soon, folks. All right. Take care.